What's up, guys? It's the Carp here, back again with another video, and as you can see by the title, this is the first episode of the new career mode that I'm starting on my channel, and AC Milan is the team that won the vote from the video I put out a couple of days ago. AC Milan had 26% of the total vote, followed by Liverpool and Leeds with 16% of the vote each. So it was kind of tight, but AC Milan, I always figured would be the favorites. They were, I tried not to say anything about it in the video, but AC Milan were, one of my 2 or 3 favorites going into it that I wanted to manage, and they ended up winning the vote, so it worked out in the end. I went ahead and did a couple of things just to make stuff a little bit quicker. I've got all of my, my whole squad on the either the not for transfer list or on the transfer list. Still got a lot of players loaned out. There were I think 6 players that were loaned out that I recalled from their loans, one of them being Niang. And one thing that I do want to do on camera, so you guys weren't wondering, these 2 players, Ocampos and Deulofeu. Love Deulofeu. Ocampos is alright, but they're both loaned in. We have Honda out on the right, as well as Suso, who's going to be our starting right winger. So we don't really need either of them, and I don't want to rely too much on loan players at all really at this club. I think AC Milan is too big of a club to rely on loan players. So Deulofeu, 81 rated. I'm gonna, I'll keep him in the club, but he's not gonna start that much for us because I want Suso to get a lot of game time. I want to see if he can progress a little bit as a player. He's only 22 years old still. He's 80 rated. Obviously, Suso used to play for Liverpool back in the day. He's doing well with AC Milan now. But yeah, why AC Milan? Well, AC Milan have not won a major trophy in 6 years since they last won the league in the 2010-2011 season. They're 7 times Champions League winners. The second most Champions League wins behind my club, Real Madrid. So they're definitely a team that I want to bring back to glory. So yeah, let's get into it. That's a squad that I've got right now. I'm looking to bring in a backup left wing, a backup goalkeeper if I sell Diego Lopez on, because he's 82 rated, which is decent, but Donnarumma is going to be our starting keeper because he's so young, and Lopez is 34 years old. He's still worth a little bit of money though, so I want to try and cash in on him and then bring in another young goalkeeper, but this time as a backup. Maybe even sign someone from the youth academy, which I do have set up already. And yeah, the only other player that I'm really looking for, I think, is a starting midfielder, mainly in the cam position. I did bring back Mastor from loan. He's not there. Where is he? There he is. 65 rated, which is pretty low, but he's 18 years old. He's an exciting prospect. He's going to be one of our star players in the future of the club. But for now, we've got Fernandez there, who is the only loan player that's going to get a starting position, at least for the start of the series. We do have Montalivo in there. We got Souza, we got Bertolacci, and Poli. We got a lot of center midfielders in the club. Those 2, I know I'm trying to move on. Then we got Bonaventura here, who's we already have one strong midfielder. Baca up front, very strong attacker. I might want to bring in a reserve striker. We have a 76 rated striker who's I think 25 currently, so maybe we don't have that much money to work with though. But anyways, I do have 2 youth scouts, one sent to Italy and one sent to Spain. So hopefully they will bring in some youth talents. And then, the main reason I did that is because we do have a youth goal here, which I want to try and meet because it's pretty reasonable. Grow 2 youth academy players by at least 10 overall and play them in at least 10 matches. So yeah, I think we can do that. Brand exposure, 50,000 in shirt sales should be pretty easy. Usually those are pretty easy to meet. And then keep player salary under 10%. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but I don't know. We'll see how difficult it is. I still don't know if that incorporates new signings or if that's just the players that you start the season with. But it'll be pretty easy to tell later on in the season. And then the main things here, we've got the cup, which the board want me to finish in the quarterfinal, make it to at least the quarterfinal, and then they want us to finish in a Champions League spot, which is definitely doable. And then in the Champions League goals, they want us to reach the semifinal within the first 3 seasons. Pretty pretty big goals, I would say, considering AC Milan's current position. They're not doing the worst in the world. They could even challenge for a Champions League spot this season, and they are challenging for a Champions League spot. But it's going to be a little bit tough. I think, and I've said this before, I'm going to just go ahead and advance a little bit. I've said this before. I think AC Milan are going to return to not necessarily the status of one of the best clubs in the world, but I think they're going to be back in the sense that they're going to be challenging for the Serie A very soon, and even possibly challenging for maybe like the semifinals of the Champions League. Not necessarily challenging to win the Champions League, because I think that's going to be a big task, but I think they can go far in it in the near future. Obviously, they're not in the Champions League this season because they finished 7th last season, so that's why there's not going to be any Champions League this season. I don't think there's Europa League either. You can't specifically set up the Europa League, I don't think, in this. But yeah, so we've just got 2 competitions to worry about in this first season, which I'd say is good. Oh, and this is the training that I've got set up already. I did want to go through all that. There were a lot of options, but Donnarumma was, a given. Got to be training him. He's only 17 years old, massive potential, so he takes up 2 of those spots. Niang, Locatelli are the other 2 players. Niang got 1 training session, Locatelli with 2. And yeah, Locatelli, I think 18 years old, he's pretty young. Niang, recalled him from loan because he's going to be a starter for me. But yeah, I want to get his dribbling stats up a little bit. They're not awful right now, but I do want mainly that stamina really is what I want up. 75 is fairly low. Yeah, so there's the training, and this preseason tournament, I'm just going to blaze through it. I'm not going to go and individually simulate each match because I'm pretty confident in us winning. And also, I mean, it's just extra work that's kind of unnecessary. We should be going through either way. And I just want to get into some transfers as quickly as possible. So, now that we haven't gotten any transfer offers in so far, I am going to go ahead and go in for some players. So there's the budget that we got to work with. And I need a backup left winger. So actually, I meant to do this. That's one thing I forgot to do, is go into here and set some instructions for that. So, we want a left midfielder that is promising, and is under, I want to say under 20 years old. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with there. And then a backup goalkeeper. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I think probably I'm just going to get somebody from the youth academy, but I do want a starting central midfielder, ideally an attacking mid as well. I would say under 27. 27 and under is reasonable for that. And then if I don't get an attacking midfielder, I am also perfectly fine with getting a central midfielder and switching formations to a slightly more defensive version of the 4-3-3. Maybe I should go maybe I should go first team. Now I'm just going to stick with world class. I want a world class player here. Again, under 27. Hopefully we can bring someone in. Maybe try and offload a couple of other center mids in the process. Just depends. But yeah, I'm going to go in and do that training. There is one player that I want to go in for, possibly, which is Bojan. Bojan, he's I've used him in career mode before. He usually actually progresses a little bit rating wise, despite his age, and he's a pretty solid player to have. I did use him in Ultimate Team earlier, so that's why he's on my mind. But he's definitely one player that I want to consider. ISCO would be amazing as well, so I'm going to go in for him. I don't know if we can afford ISCO. The only problem with Bojan is that he is on loan at Mainz. So we're not actually going to be able to bring in Bojan, but I do want to look at ISCO as well. ISCO not going to be getting a starting role at Real Madrid most likely, under whatever manager I guess it's still Zidane, since, I'm not there. Because obviously I managed Real Madrid for the first career mode series in this channel. But he's going to be a little bit on the expensive side. But he's not a starter. He's probably going to be unhappy at some point throughout the season. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off big. 25 million. We're in euros as well, because we are managing AC Milan. So who can I trade in for him though? It's going to have to be a central mid. Who's worth more, Bertolacci or Poli? 6 million. 8.5. Okay, so yeah, Bertolacci's gonna be worth more, so I'm gonna offer Bertolacci there plus 25 million. I don't think they're gonna accept it, but hey, who knows? It could happen. I might try working with the budget a little bit. We do need a decent amount of wages, though, to be able to bring in ISCO is a problem. And ISCO, I don't just want him for that high rating, but also ISCO's a great goal-scoring midfielder. So is Modric, but or at least in FIFA. They don't necessarily score loads of goals in real life, but yeah, both of them tend to score a lot of goals in FIFA. Modric probably going to be just as expensive as Isco, and we lost that semifinal. Okay, whatever though. We still got enough money, I would say, to make a little bit of moves in the transfer window. So they have rejected that. They are not interested in the player. So I'm going to try offering a little bit more money, and I'm going to try going with Poli and see if they're more interested in him. Yeah. So we're going to try Poli there. And by the way, if I don't pronounce these Italian names exactly right, it's because I don't speak Italian. I am taking Spanish in college. Been taking Spanish for a while, so I've got my Spanish names down pretty well, which I'm gonna counter offer 10 million here as a start for Sassuolo. But I got my Spanish down pretty well, and I'm taking French 1 as well this semester. So I'm starting to get the French accent down a little bit. It's still kind of embarrassing, my French accent, but most of the players I can pronounce. Never taken Italian though, so if I'm just completely off with my Italian accent or my Italian pronunciation even, don't slate me too much in the comments. There's other players as well. There's a couple players in this team that I don't know the names of. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and accept that. I don't want Bertolacci towards the future of the club. He's not going to be that great of a player. Real Madrid have accepted the offer, so that is amazing. So we're going to go straight in for Isco. 4 years, crucial first-team player. But yeah, players Kuchka, or Kuka. I think it's Kuchka. If you're an AC Milan fan, you'll know who I'm talking about. He's in the starting 11 there. Kuchka, I think it is. But yeah, so if Kuchka is not the way to pronounce it, leave a comment if you know how to pronounce it, and I'll try to fix that. But for the most part, we should be alright. Decent progression there. Donnarumma already up to 80 rated. The other two players haven't progressed too much yet, but obviously it is a lot easier to train goalkeepers because it's pretty direct. The training, you can train all of their stats that actually improve their ratings. They usually tend to go pretty high, and I'm going to get rid of this guy. He's 25 years old, 67 rated. I have no interest in playing him at all this season. We've sold Bertolacci. $6.5 million has been allocated to our budget. Isco has denied the contract, which is unfortunate, but I'm not going to give up on him yet. He's going to be a massive signing for us if we can get him in. So I'm going to offer £230,000, euros even, a week. Still used to pounds because that's what I used in the Leicester career mode. See, it's weird because, obviously I think in dollars because I'm American, and then I'm doing a Leicester career mode thinking in pounds, and now I'm doing an AC Milan career mode thinking in euros. But hopefully I won't get that confused too often. So we got an offer for Gabriel now, one of our second choice goalkeepers. Going to get rid of him. Not even going to bother counter offering. I'm just fine to get him off the wage bill. But Isco, though, has denied that contract as well. Getting a little bit worried now. I'm going to go 260,000 euros a week. I'll try giving him 3 years if he's more happy with that. I don't want to, take up 100% of my funds buying Isco, but he would be a massive signing. So hopefully I can bring him in. I think Isco would do well at AC Milan in real life. Obviously, I like him, though, at Real Madrid. Some people might not think that he's that great. I think he's just as good as James Rodriguez, if not better even. So I think Isco should stay, but if he did leave, it wouldn't be too terrible to see him go to AC Milan. I think he would do well there, and he's declined the offer again. Wow. What did I give last time? 200? I don't know. I'm just going to go in with 300,000 a week and see if he accepts that. I'm going to go back to 4 years. He should accept it. I really want to bring Isco in. We sold a couple more players, so we're getting that wage bill up a little bit, or lowered a little bit, and making a little bit of money for the the actual transfer budget as well. And Isco has accepted the contract offer, so there we go. Our first signing as AC Milan manager, and it is Isco from Real Madrid, 24 years old, 84 rated, but he's definitely got the potential to go up in rating. And we just had an offer for Poli, but obviously we used him as part of the deal to get ISCO in, and I am very happy with that. I'm sure if you're an AC Milan fan, you'd be happy with that signing as well. And immediately following that, I'm going to switch to a 4-3-3 flat and put ISCO in, because he is a center mid at default in this FIFA. Oh, there, it's right. It was right there. Okay, so we're now going to take Fernandez out, put Isco in there, move him to the center, and yeah, we got Bonaventura, Isco, and Kuchka in those center mid positions now. How old is Kuchka? He is 29, so he's probably not going to progress that much, but 79 rated is decent. So yeah, that's a squad that we've got with at the end of this episode, and it's pretty strong, I would say. I mean, I want to challenge for third place. I think third place is a realistic goal. Juventus, obviously, the favorites. Napoli, probably second, but I think we can finish third ahead of teams like Lazio and Inter Milan, obviously, our city rivals. So yeah, there we go. That's going to be the end of this first episode. Leave a like if you were excited to see how this series plays out. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.